Hello students, welcome to the new lecture, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about three topics. They are sexual reproduction, reproduction in placental mammals, and male reproductive system. These are the three topics. So in the last class we have discussed asexual reproduction. So that includes vegetative propagation, natural propagation, and artificial propagation that we have discussed in the last class. But in this class we are going to discuss about sexual reproduction. So difference between sexual and asexual is gametes. Okay, so gametes are compulsory. In the sexual reproduction, the gametes are compulsorily formed, and in the asexual, no gametes are formed in the asexual reproduction. So as a result, in the sexual reproduction, you will see the human beings or individuals going to have the special reproductive organs, and they are going to, in the sexual reproduction, it is a type of reproduction that requires the fusion of male and female gametes. So the males are going to produce the male gametes like spermatozoa, okay, or you can call it as a sperm, and the females are going to produce ova. Okay, so here the spermatozoa and ova both are going to fuse together to form a zygote. They are to form a zygote, that is can be seen in the sexual reproduction. Okay, here the fusion, what is meant by fusion? The both spermatozoa and also ovum, they are going to mix together. It means they are going to unite to form a single cell. That single cell is known as a zygote. Okay, this is known as a fusion. Okay, so the fertilization of gametes lead to the formation of a zygote. Okay, this zygote is single cell stage. It means it is only single cell. But what the zygote will do? This zygote is going to divide. Okay, it is going to divide and is going to develop into embryo. Okay, it is going to develop into embryo. So this is the process that you can see in the fertilization. So the zygote this is not stars, this is stars. Okay, this is stars. The zygote starts division and forms into embryo. Okay, that is nothing but multicellular stage. Multi-cell stage. The zygote is going to divide into many cells, that is known as embryo, and this embryo eventually develops into fetus. Okay, this is nothing but fetus. Okay, what is fetus? So the fetus is nothing but growing individual. So you will see the hands, legs formation will occur in the fetus. Okay, there are two types of fertilization. So there are two types of fertilization. They are external fertilization and internal fertilization. Okay, first, what is meant by external fertilization? External fertilization means outside the body. The word external means outside. So if the fertilization is occurring outside the body of a female, that is known as external fertilization, or you can define in this way: the fusion or fertilization of gametes outside the female body, that is known as external fertilization. So this process occurring in the aquatic organisms. What is meant by aquatic organisms? The aquatic animals or water animals. So in that you can see, for external fertilization, they are fishes, and also you can see in some amphibians. So what is meant by amphibian? Amphibian means the organism that can live in water and also on the land, that is known as amphibian. Example is the frog. So the frog is an amphibian. So in the frog you can see the external fertilization. The fishes also you can see the external fertilization. So here the female organisms are going to release, okay, vast number. Okay, it is going to release vast number of the eggs. Vast means more number of eggs is released, and it is going to release the eggs in the water, and male organism is going to come and release the spermatozoa. Okay, this is spermatozoa. Okay, the spermatozoa is released onto the eggs. As a result, the spermatozoa, okay, the sperm plus eggs, okay, eggs released by the aquatic organisms, both are going to fuse together to form a single cell, that is known as zygote. Okay, again the zygote will divide into many cell stage, that is known as embryo. Okay, this is going to divide into embryo. This embryo will develop into organism. In case of human beings, you will call it as a fetus. Okay, this is about external fertilization. So the chance of fertilization is controlled by the nature. Why? Because a huge and vast number of the eggs is produced, and more amount of spermatozoa is produced, and all eggs will not turn into their young ones. only 50 percentage, sometimes 60, sometimes 20% of the eggs will turn into young ones. Okay, and it is controlled by the nature is controlling how many has to be get fertilized and how many has to survive. It is controlled by the nature. So next, the internal fertilization. What is meant by internal fertilization? So fertilization of gametes. Okay, fertilization of gametes inside the body. Okay, fertilization of gametes inside the body of a female individual, that is known as internal fertilization. Okay, so this process occurs in terrestrial organisms. Okay, terrestrial or land animals. It means these organisms are going to live on the land, they will roam on the land, etc. So they are human beings are going to live in the on the land, cows also going to live on the land, etc. They all are the terrestrial organisms. In these organisms you will see the internal fertilization process. Okay, so here the spermatozoa and also ovum will get fertilized, okay, or fused inside the female body to produce a zygote is a single cell stage. Again, it eventually divides and is going to produce, it is going to develop into embryo. That embryo will develop into fetus, and fetus is a growing organism. After the certain time, okay, after a certain time, that is gestation period, that organism will come out into the world. Okay, so next is the reproduction in placental mammals. So reproduction in the placental mammals are human beings. Placenta is nothing but a small organ that helps in the nourishment of the baby. Okay, so when it is in the womb, that is known as placenta. It means all these organisms are going to have the placenta during their early development of their life. Okay, inside the mother's body. So they are known as placental mammals. So human beings also placental mammals. Why? Because human beings are going to they are going to have the placenta when they are growing inside the mother's womb. Okay, human beings also example for the placental mammals. What is mammal? Mammal is nothing but organism which contains mammary glands. Okay, organism which contains mammary glands, they are known as mammals. So human beings are mammals. Whether a person is male or whether a person is female, they are going to have the mammary glands. But in case of males, mammary glands are not developed. Okay, but they have the mammary glands. But females will have the mammary glands under the influence of such kind of hormones like estrogen and progesterone and so on. These mammary glands will develop and turns into breast. But in case of males, under the influence of male sex hormone like testosterone, these mammary glands are not going to develop. As a result, the males will not have the breast. Okay, so the special reproductive organs. Okay, reproductive organs are developed in both males and females. In case of males, they have the male reproductive system. In case of female human beings, they are going to have the female. Okay, they are going to have the female reproductive system. Okay, so this is about male and female reproductive systems. Now we will discuss about how the male reproductive system look like. Okay, what are the different parts of the male reproductive system is present in the male in it we are going to discuss now. Okay, the male reproductive system consists of different parts. What is meant by system? What is meant by reproductive? Okay, reproductive system. Okay, and reproductive organs. What is the main difference between the reproductive system and also reproductive organs? So reproductive organs means a organ, okay, in the system. So example, testes. Okay, testes is a reproductive organ. Okay, next seminal vesicles. Seminal vesicles is a type of organ. Next scrotal sacs, it is an organ. Next ejaculatory duct, it is an organ, and so on. So these all organs are present. These organs are going to work only for one function. What is that function? For the reproduction. All these organs are going to do only one function. That function is reproduction. Hence we are going to call it as a reproductive system. Okay, for example, lungs are there, trachea is there, bronchioles is there, bronchus is there, alveolus is there. So these all are the organs. So the different types of the organs. So they are nothing but respiratory system. Example, if you go for the transportation, like heart. Okay, heart, the circulatory system will have the heart, blood vessels like arteries, veins, blood capillaries, etc. All these organs work for the one function, that is transportation. Hence you can call it as a circulatory system. Okay, so here the male reproductive system consists of different parts. These parts are a pair of testes. A pair means two testes, vasa efferentia, a pair of epididymis, a pair of vasa deferens, a pair of seminal vesicles, ejaculatory duct, prostate gland, a pair of Cowper's gland, and also urethra. These are the different parts of the male reproductive system. So now the question is, how do you remember? How do you remember all these words? Okay, that is nothing but TV, EVS, okay, EVS, PC, okay, EU, okay. So these are the things. So TV, you know the TV. EVS means environmental science, PC means personal computer, EU means you can call it as electronic unit. Okay, so here you have to write, okay, E, okay, G, and also ED and G. Okay, so TE refers to the testes. T means testes. Okay, VE means vas efferentia. Okay, vasa efferentia. Okay, next ED means, okay, here you can see ED after the epididymis. Okay, ED means epididymis. Okay, epididymis. Next ED means vasa deferens. Okay, vasa deferens. So here, see here, vasa efferentia is there, vasa deferens is there. So S means seminal vesicles. Okay, D will not apply for the S. So seminal vesicles. Okay, so next PG means prostate gland. PG means prostate gland. Okay, CG means what? Cowper's gland. Okay, so E means ejaculatory duct, U means urethra. Okay, U means urethra. So with the help of this small trick, you can remember all different parts of the male reproductive system. Okay, TV, EVS, PC, EU. Okay, so beneath the TV write the E, and beneath the EU write D, and beneath the PC write G. Okay, EDG, do you know that EDG, edge. Okay, but you should not write the E. So EDG means EDG, you have to write in this way. So based upon it, it will be easier for you, and also it will help in your exams to write perfectly without losing any points or without losing any organ of the reproductive system. Okay, so first we will discuss about the testes. A pair of testes are located below the abdomen. So right after the abdomen, between the legs, so these testes are present. These testes are present in the pouch. Okay, this is not pouch, this is pouch, Pouch. Pouch-like structures known as scrotum. How the scrotum is looking like? A small pouch. The scrotum is looking like a small pouch, or you can call it as a sac-like structure. This is in the sac-like structure, the two testes are present. So two testes or a pair of testes, both are same. The scrotum helps in the maintaining required temperature for the testes. For example, in the body, okay, how many degrees Celsius is there? 37 degrees Celsius is there. Okay, this 37 degrees Celsius is not suitable for the testes to produce a spermatozoa. As a result, it is present in the scrotum. Okay, it is present in the scrotum. The scrotum is going to maintain a less temperature. How much less temperature? 2 to 2.5 degrees less temperature is maintained. As a result, how much temperature will be? Temperature will be 37 minus 2, that is 35. So around 34 to 35 degrees Celsius temperature is present in the testes. As a result, it is suitable for the producing the spermatozoa. Okay, you might have seen in the rainy season, or if you see in the winter season, the scrotal sacs will move near to the abdomen. Why? Because to get little bit amount of temperature. And in the summer season, more amount of temperature is there. As a result, the scrotal sacs will move little bit away from the abdomen. Okay, you don't have to remember this point, but in general for your knowledge, I am saying this. The scrotal sacs will move up and down just because of the temperature in the environment. In the winter season, more less temperature, so to maintain 35 degrees Celsius, they will move near to the abdomen. Okay, abdomen. Okay, so near to the abdomen. And in case of summer season, they will move away. They will move away from the abdomen. So why? Because just to maintain the temperature. So the next is the testes produces sperm in highly coiled seminiferous tubules. They are going to have the seminiferous tubules, and in the seminiferous tubules, the spermatozoa is going to get produced. And by this process, what is that process? Meiotic process. Okay, and here you can see the seminiferous tubules. So here the seminiferous tubules are there. These are the seminiferous tubules. These seminiferous tubules are going to have they are going to produce a spermatozoa. They are going to produce a spermatozoa. The spermatozoa is produced by this process. That process is known as meiosis. Okay, meiosis is a process where the spermatozoa is produced. Not only spermatozoa but also ovum. In the female reproductive system, in the ovaries, the ovum is going to be produced by a process known as meiosis process or meiotic process. And here you can see the scrotal sac or scrotum. Okay, so this is the testes produce male sex organs that is known as a testosterone. Okay, so this is a male reproductive system. This is a male reproductive system. Okay, it is going to contain a testes. Okay, it is going to contain, next it is going to contain epididymis. Here is the epididymis, and here is the this is the vasa vas deferens. Next is the corpus gland, etc. These all are the different parts that is present in the male reproductive system. Okay, so next the vasa efferentia. So these are the seminiferous tubules. The seminiferous tubules opens into vasa efferentia, which carries the spermatozoa to the epididymis. It means it is going to form into epididymis. Again, the epididymis, here the vasa efferentia opens into epididymis, which is highly coiled tube. Can you see on the testes? You can see the epididymis. So it is on the posterior side of the testes, and it is going to store the spermatozoa temporarily. Okay, the spermatozoa is stored in the epididymis temporarily, and this is about the function of the epididymis. Next, the vasa differentia. Okay, vasa differentia means the epididymis opens into vas deferens. Okay, vas deferens, and which in turns, this not as it turns, which in turns it will ascend. It is ascend, which ascends into the abdominal cavity and forms a loop around the ureter. Epididymis opens into vas differentia, which ascends into the abdominal cavity. Ascending means what? It is going to enter into the abdomen, and it is going to form a loop. Loop means it is going to make a circle around the ureter. Okay, ureter means what? Ureter means a tube that carries the urine from the kidneys to the urinary bladder. So next is the seminal vesicles. These seminal vesicles, they are going to produce a seminal fluid, and they opens into vasa differentia. So the seminal fluid is nothing but a source of energy. So when the spermatozoa is traveling, so it requires some amount of energy. Energy is required. So this energy is produced by a liquid or a fluid. That fluid is nothing but seminal fluid. So how the seminal fluid is produced? The seminal fluid is produced by the seminal vesicles. So this seminal fluid is a source of energy for the spermatozoa when they are outside the body. Okay, and next is prostate gland. Okay, so this prostate gland, the prostate gland or the secretions of the prostate gland, it is a fluid. It is going to open into the vasa differentia, and the prostate fluid supplies the nutrients for the spermatozoa, and this fluid is one of the component of the semen. Okay, so this is about the prostate gland. Next is the corpus gland. So corpus gland, its secretions going to help in the neutralizing the acidity in the walls of the urethra. So the walls of the urethra contains little bit amount of acidic in nature, and this acidic nature is neutralized by the secretions of the corpus gland. And also the secretions of the corpus gland is going to help in the free or smooth flow of the sperm cells in the urethra. Okay, so next is the ejaculatory duct. So ejaculatory duct means a duct from the seminal vesicles that joins the vas differentia and continues as ejaculatory duct. That is known as ejaculatory duct. and there are two ejaculatory ducts that joins the center of the urethra. So ejaculatory duct, his main function is to pump the spermatozoa in the male reproductive system. Okay, so next is urethra. Urethra means in males the urethra transports urine and sperm. The urine and sperm are transported by the urethra. As a result, it is known as urinogenital duct. What is urinogenital duct? Duct means a tube. Okay, a duct means a tube. This tube is going to allow the flow of spermatozoa, flow of sperm plus urine. Okay, hence we are going to call it as a urinogenital duct. Genital means spermatozoa. Okay, genital duct. Okay, so genetics. Okay, some genes are paused. Okay, so genital also refers, the word genital also used for the reproductive organs, or so the penis and also vagina. It is also used, the genital word is used for that. Okay, so next is the passage of the spermatozoa. Okay, the sperm travels through seminiferous tubules, next into the vasa efferentia, next epidemic, vasa differential, ejaculatory duct, and so on. So these are the pathways where the spermatozoa is going to travel in these regions. Okay, first is the sperm. Okay, the sperm is male gamete produced by the testes that are located in the scrotal sacs. The sperm has three regions. Those are head. Okay, here you can see the head region. Next is the middle piece. Here the middle piece is there, and next is the tail region. So these are the different parts of the male reproductive system. The different parts of the spermatozoa. Okay, the spermatozoa, head of the spermatozoa is going to have the acrosome. What is acrosome? It is a small structure. You can see in this diagram the acrosome is present over here. And this acrosome will have the nucleus. This nucleus is going to have some kind of genes. Okay, or you can call it as a chromosomes. The chromosomes are present in the nucleus of the spermatozoa, that is present in the head. Okay, so next, this acrosome is going to help in the penetration into the ovum, while the male nucleus is going to fuse with the female nucleus. So let us consider this is the spermatozoa. It is the nucleus is present inside it, plus this is the ovum, is a nucleus is present in it. So if it is the spermatozoa, the nucleus of this and also nucleus of it, both are going to get fused together inside the ovum. Okay, so this is about the nucleus importance. So next is the neck. It is going to connect the head and also middle piece of the sperm together. So that is the neck. And next is the middle piece. It is going to contain the mitochondria. Mitochondria is important to produce the ATP. Why the ATP is important over here? The ATP is going to produce energy. This is going to produce the energy. This energy is used for the moving of the tail. The tail is moved and the tail helps in the movement of the forward. Okay, ATP is going to turn into ADP. So energy is utilized. This energy is used for the movement of the spermatozoa. Okay, movement of the sperm. Okay, this is about the importance of the spermatozoa. Next is the tail piece. So the tail, it is going to use it is used for the propelling. Okay, not preparing, it is for the propelling of the sperm to reach the ovum. Okay, so the middle piece is going to have the mitochondria. They will produce the ATP. That ATP used for the propelling of the tail and so on. So next, the seminal plasma. So that the seminal plasma is nothing but the secretions of the SPC. SPC means seminal vesicles. Seminal vesicles. Okay, next P means prostate gland. So P means prostate gland. C means Cowper's gland. Okay, so remember the word SPC. SPC is a seminal plasma. So SPC means seminal vesicles, secretions of the seminal vesicles, secretions of the prostate gland, secretions of the Cowper's gland is known as seminal plasma. So this fluid secreted from the prostate, Cowper's and the seminal vesicles. So the seminal plasma is going to mix with the spermatozoa to form a semen. What is meant by semen? Semen means, so these are the things, these secretions of the seminal vesicles and so on. These are nothing but seminal plasma. Seminal plasma plus gametes. Okay, seminal plasma plus sperm. Seminal plasma plus sperm is equal to semen. What is semen? Semen is nothing but seminal plasma semen is nothing but seminal plasma plus spermatozoa. Together it is known as semen. Okay. Next, the ejaculatory duct. It is going to pump the semen out of the male body. For the normal fertility, the 60% of the sperm should have the normal shape, size, and motility. Okay, and 40% of them should have the motility, vigorous motility. Means they have to move very, very fast. So that is about the spermatozoa. So next is the men can produce a sperm from the age of 13 to from 13 or 14 to the most of their lifetime. Okay, let us consider the 13 years to end of the life. So they are going to produce spermatozoa. So but the quality and also quantity of the spermatozoa is going to decrease as the person ages. Okay, or the person grows older, the quality and also quantity of the spermatozoa is going to decrease. Okay, and that's it. I hope this lecture is helpful to you, and also if you have any doubts or questions or suggestions, feel free to post in the question in the comment section, and we will clear your doubts, and we will say answers to your questions. Okay, and we will discuss the next topic in the next lecture.